Welcome everyone to some more Maplestory. And today is gonna be another EXP grind session. And as you can tell, since the last time I've done one, I've gotten about like 53% in EXP. And yeah. I will say my strategy with this is at least accumulate a certain amount of EXP per day. And that is how I've been dealing with this a little bit. So basically, the required amount of EXP I need is 591 billion. And so far I've gotten 321 billion. It's like, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. We're gonna increase that number by a bit. First, I will need to use this, because this will be important. Also, hopefully don't accidentally sell the totem when I am done. Okay, first off, we need to get this set up. And no! That's the wrong button. Okay, so that'll be on wait, no. Yes, 6. I'm forgetting. Also, if the game crashes at any point, that'll very much suck. Hopefully it doesn't. That's gonna be embarrassing. Oh, we need the rune first. Okay, and also I'm in this map, or just like these kind of maps, because as I brought up at some point, and also like noticed it obviously for a good while, is that if an enemy is at least the same level or one level above or below you, you get a lot more EXP than like enemies of like an even like different level or something past that. In this area, because I leveled to 247, the enemies are 248, by the way. I noticed that the value is greater, at least for now. And also, we're going to be doing this as well because I'm trying to get as much EXP as I can. It doesn't matter what. Because any little EXP helps. If it could get me to 250 faster and we could do the Labyrinth of Suffering story part of Tenebris this year. And also, like, I get that the grind past 200 is ridiculous, but it makes sense because of the arcane symbol feature. As well as Sacred Symbol that is past like 260 or something. Oh boy, I'm getting quite a bit of EXP. But anyways, so like, it makes sense, but it's also like, well, if you want to see the storylines for later on, you better watch them on YouTube instead. Because, I will say this now, there's no way I'm getting to 270 by the time the next, story part of the story is, unlocked. Like, don't expect that. There's no way. Although I have decided that, like, you know, if there are people uploading the global version, or something, I don't know, it's the same in, like, Maplestory, just direct, but I prefer the localization, because it's not, like, inconsistent, like with direct. Actually, that makes it sound like it's bad. I mean, like, the names, because you know how some NPCs have different spelling names, like, that's what I mean. Oh gosh, I can't click. It is so hard to see with this keyboard, like microphone in the way of my keyboard. Anyways, the point being, as I was trying to say, I am also gonna ignore loot, picking up the items, unless there's like a node stone or something. Anyways, as I was trying to say, basically, I'm waiting for an English. I will wait for someone to record, obviously, the English, like, official English version of the future storylines to react to them. In, like, a sort of just chatting stream. Although it's kind of weird. Because I already watched the Hotel Arcus story. Oh yeah, something about the one that's coming up next for Global, which Cam has already got, obviously, because we're about to get the Destiny update ourselves in, as of this stream, 5 days from now. And also 5 days from now, I had to, like, everyone has to reinstall the game, because, the game files and stuff can't be removed. Like, certain files can't be removed from simply updating it. Anyways, point being, I forgot. Okay, it's okay. We got like 3 billion EXP so easily. Anyways. Okay, as I was saying, so basically, oh, this is gonna be EXP stuff. Oh, it's this one. Anyway, so, yeah, obviously there's gonna be a new storyline thing released in Destiny, but it'll be in July for Global. That is the Tower of Carote? I don't know how it's pronounced, but basically it's... From also, like, checking the KMS, like, stuff about it, it's still attached to Hotel Arcus area, so it's not a whole new section of the, It's not a whole new section, like, when Hotel Arcus was added. Like, it's still part of the same map, is what I'm saying. Oh, so much EXP. Let's see how much I'll get from just grinding today. Uh-oh. There. Oh my god, I keep pressing the Nova Temperance. I don't know why. My mind is not reading my keyboard correctly today. Anyways, I do want to talk a lot about, like, what's going to come up, like, from what I know of the next update. Because I'm excited for it. Like, because, like, the biggest thing being that the Explorer storyline is completely, like, overhauled. Revamped. And I really love to talk about the difference with it, because I can't talk. Basically, whoever edits the wiki pretty much listed all the difference between the old storyline, which is still in GMS right now as of June 10th, versus the current storyline, which will be in the Destiny update, permanently, obviously. Like, I love to talk about it, like, the differences. I think I'll discuss it after, like, level 100, I think. I think the first stream might take the story, like, from level 1 to 30. Because, unlike the old one, most of the story is within the first 30 levels. And you just simply get more lore via the job advancements, which I think, I don't know, that's what the wiki looked like it was listed. like written the information that like the job advancements are tied with lore now instead of just being like, oh, we're your job instructor, do this. Like, it's no longer like that. It's different. And I will recreate one of my Explorer characters. I'll have to delete them, but I won't delete the character until I surpass level. And the plan I have is that, okay, we'll have the new storyline, yes. And the thing is, along with the new storyline, there's a new Aftermath cutscene for them. And of course, that's level 255, and no, you guys are never going to see me get to that level on any other character anytime soon. So, hopefully, when the update drops, and sometime after that, someone would have played the, new Aftermath cutscene and have it recorded, in English. So hopefully, by the time I get to level 200, like, someone has done that already. I hope so, because I would love to see it. And basically, I love to see it. Like, as far as I know, I have read about it and know, like, what's related to it, but I want to actually see it in actual cutscene and dialogue form. So, you know. Oh, yeah, and also I think existing explorers can experience the storyline as well. But, I have no plans to do that on all my characters. If that's the case, because I have, like, every explorer character created. Except for the one I'll delete, which I'll experience the new storyline with. And start over. But, like... oh my gosh. I'm just, like, thinking about it. I'm like, oh dear. Basically, from what I know, like, yeah, explorers are completely, like, revamped, overhauled. That's technically the same thing. And I'm excited to see the differences. Like, see it all play out this time. And I like it. I like how they did it because it's to revise the lore and kind of make things better. Like, and also make things consistent, especially, like, with the seal stones, because I think they changed a lot with that, with, the glory update onwards. Oh yeah, and also, oh yeah, another thing that I've learned, which I thought was also going to be part of the update, is that, like, in the update that'll come after Destiny, like, during the fall of this year for us, in Global, they added a new storyline related to Cal, the temple keeper who has our character's, face, because, well, we're already this far into the story. Basically have our character's face because they're our character from the future. Obviously with the Explorer revamp, they decided to change Cal's situation. And from what I read, it's a lot better. But also I got confused. I'm like, wait, is Vanishing Journey changed because of that? And from what I checked, it doesn't seem like Vanishing Journey's storyline changes. So I'll still experience that one as normal, for, when I stream my level 200 Explore, stuff. So, oh yeah, that's also a thing. It's like when I get to level 200, I'm gonna do the Vanishing Journey on my Explorer character, just for the sake of, like, what's going on in the story, and also to prepare for that. But also to kind of, like, get my character, like, settled in Arcane River, before, I playing the game. Like, go on YouTube, find the Aftermath cutscene, and play it live, just to react to it live. I love to see it. I I hope it's the global version because I know for a fact the names are probably gonna be different. I'm like, no, I don't want the names different. It's gonna throw me off so badly. Oh yeah, fun fact, the wiki obviously uses the global names because those are the most common. Oh yeah, and also, oh right, in the update after Destiny, which Camus got in the spring, which we'll get in fall, as I've said, not only does Cal has a memory storyline, which reveals like what happened in the original timeline, the bad timeline. Forrest gets revamped as well, the story as well, which makes sense because Tess, a character present in the Explorer storyline, and Kyron's older brother, obviously is tied with that. Yeah, so definitely a storyline worth checking out as well. And yeah, that's revamped, but only in the oh god, my brain. Only in the spring update of Camus, fall for us, so that'll be a while. So I guess that means, like, when I actually get to that level, I'm going to avoid the old storyline because it doesn't match up anymore. Yeah. I actually did read the wiki on it, by the way, the new storyline, because sometime before my, like, last stream, like, this stream on Tuesday, whatever day that was, I forgot. I think it was the 7th, Tuesday, June 7th, I actually was on the, like, sometime before that day, they actually written the summary of that story, the new version of the storyline, because last I checked before that stream, it was still the old one. And I actually read through the new one, and it's quite interesting to see how, like, maybe I shouldn't talk about what'll come up next because of potential, I don't know, spoilers I guess don't matter with Maplestory too much because of how it is. You know, people looking at the Camus version and stuff. But, what I was saying. Basically, it's interesting. Also, the person, whoever edited it, added notes on, like, the unique dialogue for other characters because, like, it seems like, some of the, Maple Legends, I'll call them Legends, even though they're technically called heroes in the game. It's just to avoid confusion with, the, hero warrior class, for explorers. But, what was I saying? But, well, my brain just, like, went turned off. I can't think. Basically, I think I'm trying to say that the new Eleanor storyline, I read it, yes, and it's interesting to see how it plays out now. Well, technically now in terms of KMS. We won't get it for the next, like, 6 months or something. Actually, that's inaccurate. Next, like, 3 months or something. But yeah, there's a lot of difference, and it's... I like how the story has gotten darker, because it's, like, it makes you more, more invested in, like, what the heck's going on. But I will say that the new Eleanor stuff is very dark. I think it's sadder for explorers, because there's oh yeah, that is what I was saying. So there's unique dialogue. Some of the legend classes do have unique dialogue, but not as much as explorers, considering Tess appears and all that in the past, obviously, because he is, like, present at that time period in the story. Gosh, from what I read, it's just like, oh, it's just sad. I don't want to say too much of it, but I guess it's fine since I don't think a lot of people care so heavily about spoilers in Maplestory. But especially like since like I bet that a lot of you guys just watched the Arcane River content before like Tenebris was an event. But like basically, as learned from one storyline, time like cannot completely be changed. Like it's like some things in story are unavoidable, like literally because of how the laws of time work. And it's present with like obviously Tess's situation because, as we'll learn in the Explorer storyline, there's a reason why like he's not present around Chiron, his own like sister. I won't say too much just because I don't want to think about it too much before I actually do the storyline myself. But basically, like basically they're cursed and like they share a curse. And if they were to be close to each other in vicinity, the curse like obviously activates. So that's why he's literally distant from her. And also, from what I read, it's like, oh, it's so sad. I didn't read too much of it because I want to wait until Destiny update gets to global first. It was sad. I was like, oh, it's so sad. Thankfully, everything goes happy later on, but first you have to get to level 255 in order to experience it. Yay! It's not fun. You have to wait like ages. But yeah, I'm very interested in seeing how the story plays out. Oh yeah, and also, you know, like the people who are part of the Bean Brigade, like showing off the Destiny update. I'm avoiding all those videos because I don't want to see how the Explorer's revamp storyline physically looks like. How it physically looks. So I'm like, no looking. Also, I can't wait for the Karot area. I really want to see people like record a story for that. I'm like, please, I want to see Nikki. And Nikki is a T-boy. We finally get to see what he looks like. I mean, his images are already on the wiki, as well as like other places now, like what he looks like. Because he does have NPC art, and he looks so adorable, as I've said like a while back. It's like, how can you just look at him and be like, oh gosh. It's like, there's no way, he's so cute looking. Okay, I know that's just weird to say, but seriously. Like, the moment I saw his sprites, I'm like, he's like that hamster who tries to be evil, but when people see him, they're like, okay, sure, sweetie, whatever you say. I can't wait to see the storyline of that. It depends on if there's gonna be a video. Hopefully there's a video, please. Whoever's level 270, please record it. I need to see it when it's released in global. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Also part of, as I said about the fall update. Okay, I'm clearly going all over the place, but bear with me. Something also interesting about seeing like Cal's story getting like revamped and like readjusted. It seems like Vanishing River stays the same, I think. I don't know, it's hard to tell because the person who wrote the thing kind of like wrote a different paragraph, even though it seems like the quest events are similar to the original, other than like the path to Genesis that was written. I guess we'll find out. But like the point being, from what I checked, so I actually looked at Orange Mushroom's blog about this. That the quest, the fragments, memory fragments related to Cal are... The locations of them is Temple of Time, Vanishing Journey, and Lamina. And that's the part that sucks a bit, because that means like some of them won't be available until level 255. Or it's only available when I hit level 255. I don't know, whatever the case is. I don't have my buffs. Well. But yeah, from what I read, that was it. I didn't read too much into it. I did see the pictures, and like the pictures are interesting. I didn't see... Actually, I don't remember too much because I wanted to not see too much into the Ellen Forest content. Even though I read the wiki. I kind of just closed out before I even had a chance to read more. Gosh. Just knowing the details, like, from, like, the Ellen Forest storyline and our character unable to change anything because of the loss of time. It's like, aw. It just makes Tess's story even sadder. Like, honestly. Oh, yeah! Oh, wait, should I mention that now? I want to mention it a bit later. Oh yeah, I don't have a Pendant of Spirit EXP thing because it expired literally last night. And I'm like, no, I should have done it yesterday. The only reason I didn't do this stream yesterday is because of the Summerfest stream that happened. Honestly, thinking about it, I probably should have just streamed anyway because I'm like, eh. But I feel like people would have missed the stream if they cared, so I'm like, I don't know. It's like, there's some things that are like pretty cool like that showed up, but nothing that is like my cup of tea personally, so. Like nothing that's personally my cup of tea. Anyways, what else was I saying about Maplestory? Oh yeah, yeah, so storyline. I think it's available later, or I don't know when it's available level-wise, but whatever the case is, like, it's gonna require having access to Lamina, like, according to what little I've read. And I had to make sure it was, because Lamina is called by a different name in the other translations for some reason. And it threw me off, like, a tiny bit because I was, like, so confused. I was like, wait, what? Oh yeah, also another thing when I EXP grind is, like, I'm less so paying attention to the percent and more about, like, the value, the last 3 digits of the EXP. Not the last 3, the first 3 on the front. Where right now it says 349 billion. Because that's keeping track of, like, how many more billion I need until, level, 248. Well, not exactly. Well, yes. Like, currently it's almost at, like, 350 billion. And I just need, like, yeah, however much left. Like, to, like, 591. I think about 241 billion plus additional, value after that. I really want to beat the next level so badly. The thing is, like, sure, even if I say that, I still literally have about, okay, my brain stopped working. I still have about 2 levels after this level just to get to 250. I want to at least, the struggle is that I want to at least get Lamina, but I still have 7 levels to go. And also, had to deal with the, you know, the boss fight against the big bad and figure out the strategy, even though I'm only gonna do story mode because, well, obviously I can't do anything more than that. Okay, let's refresh those buffs. We have so many of these, like, EXP coupons, it's fine. I think tonight I'm gonna do more grinding. Or tomorrow. Actually tomorrow, because tonight I don't want to be like playing the game from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So no. Because I want to make use of getting to the next level. Anyways, yeah, Cal's memories require, yeah. I do like how it's changed because, like, they changed it where they initially had, like, Cal, like, randomly visit Ellen Forest, but I'm gonna guess that it didn't make sense that when they initially did that. So, when they did the revamp, like, it makes sense because, you know, Tess, originally recognizes us as this other person. So I like how they changed it. Although I wonder about the dialogue because, like, you technically still visit the past, but take on a different appearance in their eyes because, as from what I read on the wiki, like with someone translating the story, it's to prevent like paradoxes according to the laws of time in the story. Also trying to get a lot of these things because I need a way to craft more EXP potions. I'm also doing this because I need to get more things. Oh, now we're at 80%. I'll switch the map after a certain point, so don't worry. Because there's two other maps I could go into, even though it's not gonna be too useful. Okay, what else to say? Oh, rune. Let's get that. I'm trying to remember what else to talk about. I don't know. I keep thinking about, like, I don't want to think too much on the upcoming stuff for Maplestory because, you know, what's coming up is so close now. Like, literally 5 days, not 6. Technically 6 days because I'm gonna stream on Thursday for it. Because I will spend like Wednesday doing my dailies. Well, first off is wait till the game's updated. Then wait for the what's it called? Wait for the game to download because we would have to reinstall the entire game. So the update, like, so the game is like the way it should be because while the game can update, it can't delete like certain things. That they made a whole post about it on the website, by the way. And then I'll do my dailies on my main, and I'll be on my main immediately. And then I'm gonna create my new character, and we're gonna go from there. But yeah, basically, yeah, so, like, that's the plan, like, for, like, Wednesday for me with Maplestory. Is that I'm gonna uninstall the game. I think the night before. Or is it before that? I don't know. Basically, whatever the case. I'll obviously uninstall it. Wait till the patch is done. Reinstall it. And do my dailies. And then set up for the next day. I'm also begging people just be like, please, 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 please. Like, also have the Aftermath cutscene recorded. Like, that's the thing. Obviously, I'm gonna get to level 200. I'll be doing the Vanishing Journey because I don't think the story exactly changed. Like, in, like, I don't know. According to the spring update, like, it doesn't, like, KMS's spring update. I have to clarify that a million times. It doesn't seem like, it doesn't look like there's any notable changes to the Vanishing Journey. Like, I think it's the same. They just simply, like, change Ellen Forest when Kale was first mentioned. I think the Temple of Time quest changed as well. I actually don't know. I think it's better to wait till, like, the spring to figure out. I don't know. I'll check again, but it's, like, the blog, with the person who talked about this. I'll check again. I actually don't know, like, how much has changed. It looks like the Vanishing Journey didn't change, but it feels like the Temple of Time quest did when you first meet him. I mean, them. Because the cow is any character, basically, whoever you play as. I know they, obviously, Ellen Forest changed to not mention KO. And, like, I know that. Oh, 60%. Yay! Watch me get, like, the number below 70 by the end of the stream. I'm gonna press the wrong key, am I? Like, you could see it in a corner. I pressed that one key with the cooldown by accident. It's fine, it doesn't matter. Great, now I'm hungry. I literally did not eat lunch. It's like 1 p.m. or almost 1 p.m. Literally 2 minutes before it. I haven't eaten. I just went straight to streaming because I don't want to sit around and wait until my throat stops being weird. I was going to check, like, Orange Mushroom's blog while I'm doing this, but I literally can't multitask. Now we're at 360 billion. We're still, like, how much is that? It's still a ways away. Let's see if we can get to 400 billion by the end. We're already at 44 minutes, and, like, well, total stream time. It's actually 30 or something. Less than that. You know what? I'm gonna try. Okay. Phone, please. Oh, I had to type it. No! I was gonna, like, look through the patch notes about, like, Chaos story. Oh, I had the link. Okay, I'm an idiot. I have the link bookmarked. Why did I bother, like, being like, what to click on? Life improvements, sales events. Oh wait, that's not the one. Story. Okay, here we go. I think this is the thread. I can't. Mobile is weird. Okay. I'm doing this on my phone because if I tab out on here, that'd be bad. Oh gosh, I'm not jumping. No! Missing all the enemies. Okay, I can't read the overview because of obvious reasons. Yeah, reorganization. Okay, story improvements, settings related to KO. I can't click. I can't jump to the point. Okay, bosses. By the way, what I'm reading right now is like related to the update that will happen after Destiny, which KMS obviously already got by now. It doesn't seem like there's a specific update since it's tied in with the Okay, so also in that update they're changing the scrapyard quest stuff. Oh yeah, also the Explorers thing, there is a slight change to the Black Heaven cutscene. But I'll explain what the difference is there because it's pretty much the same, just with one difference. Well, 10, not just one, but you know what I mean. Another confirmation window will appear if the name is unused and can be created. What do you mean? Oops. Okay, this is awkward because I'm trying to read this at the same time. Trying to scroll through. Daily quests in all Arcane Rivers, Cernium, and Hotel arcs can now be completed through the light bulb icon on the left side of the screen. Oh, that's gonna happen when I'm probably already maxed out my symbols. Oh no. Dimensional Rift will now display above past leaf rift. Oh yeah, I just reminded myself. One thing I hope does happen is that they revamp like the storylines for the legend classes. So like Aron, Evan, Mercedes, Phantom, Luminous, and Shade / Unwell. Like I hope they revamp them, especially the first two that I mentioned. Because their storylines are so outdated. Like I mean the lore is still the same, like Aron lost her memories and stuff. Oh yeah, and also is canonically female now. Well, since like the Heroes of Maple update, I think confirming it, solidifying it. Oh, crafting bags are improved. Cool. Monster Life. How are people still using Monster Life? Isn't that like kind of useless? No offense, but like no one uses Monster Life in this game anymore. As far as I know, no one does. I remember when they added it, and like everyone did use it at first, but then they're like, eh. Okay, where is it? I'm still scrolling through the boss update stuff. Intense power crystal story. Okay. Oh yeah, here. This person also put like the images. I'm like, oh. Jeez. What happens to Ollie in the original time in the bad timeline is just sad. I'm like, oh, we actually didn't save. Okay, story improvement settings related to KO. I'll say KO. Oh no, not Vanishing Journey. Sorry. I misremembered. I was thinking Vanishing Journey in terms of like, you know, when KO sacrificed themselves to save us, their past selves. Okay, so... Oh. See, yeah, and there's illustrations. So basically, rifts that exude a familiar energy have been created in Espera, Limina... Well, it says Limit on the page, but it's Limina in Global, by the way. Okay, rifts that I can't speak. Drifts that exude a familiar energy have been created in Espera, Limina, and the Temple of Time. You can faintly hear familiar voices inside. Who are they? And new quest chaos memories have been added. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and last memory. So 8 quests individually, essentially. The following... Okay, Rift. Okay, job specific... Oh, interesting. Job specific... Oh, wait. I have to play an Angelic Buster again to see the difference in the spring update. Well, actually, I already have an Angelic Buster. Like, on reboot, who's not even level 200 yet, so I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Okay, it also says that job-specific scripts have been added to Vanishing Journey, Defeat Arma quest. And new scripts have been added to the Limina As Ordered quest. Okay, so I guess I shouldn't be level 255 so soon then. Okay, we'll be close. Well, actually, to be fair, I think based on how quick I'm going, I might not be level 255 until this update. So I think we're good to go. I think we're good, guys. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good on that front. Okay, developer notes about this. The existing KO-related stories had issues where there were inconsistencies and they could not capture various characters' individuality. Therefore, in this update, we added a new Chaos Memories quest and reorganized the stories of Vanishing Journey, Lamina, and Ellen Forest to improve the completeness of the KO-related stories. The newly added Chaos Memories are a story device that lets you see the past and decisions that KO took in the past at major story junctions. We hope this will help increase the consistency of the story and help players understand it more easily. In addition, the changes in Ellen Forest, Vanishing Journey, and Lamina stories are expected to enhance the identities of each job and make the Arcane River and Black Mage stories more charming. We will continue to make improvements so that we can provide better stories to our players. Oh, okay, so they did technically add differences. Okay, so basically it's the same, but says different stuff at the end, depending on what your class is. Okay, so I guess I shouldn't do the Arcane River story yet for my Explorer character. Well, actually, that means that I should probably very much focus on getting my Angelic Buster on reboot to 200. So I could experience that. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the thing that sucks. I don't have equipment for my Angelic Busters. I may need help from other players, like to help me defeat Rude Abyss bosses. I don't have equipment. I'll change the map soon. I'm reading this. Okay, so basically... Okay, so Vanishing Journey is the same except for the last quest where KO is dying. I know, I already did it on my ARC character! No! There's already like a couple characters already did the quest as, so I hope someone records an ARC and does that, please. I'm not recreating ARC just to get to that point. Oh wait, so with this update, I hope that there are people who are leveling. It's pretty easy to get to 200 and doing a Vanishing Journey, so I think it won't be a problem to find people do that quickly. Okay, so I guess it's a good thing I'm not at Lamina yet, because that... Oh my god, please tell me we could this is why we probably need a story-only function in the game. Like, so we could not have to cry and level a new character to the point just to see a difference. And also, Ellen Forest gets revamped as well. Oh gosh. Ah. Okay, Okay, so the level is level 90. Oh, I forgot. On mobile, the sprites look so tiny. Okay. Helios Tower Library's librarian Wiz has discovered a strange self-written book titled The Chronicles of Ellen Force. What secrets are hidden within it? So that's like the new, like, synopsis. Okay, by the way, I'm reading a translation of the KMS content. This is obviously different, going to be written differently in global. And very much because, oh wait. Now! Where did I go here? Oh yeah, because... spellings. Oh, yeah, I'm not complaining of the game, by the way. No, I'm just being like, okay, I think the spelling of this one name is different, because if this is the NPC I think it is, the name is spelled completely different in English. like the same spelling, but with a different letter at the start. So basically, yeah. I have a goat stone. Pick it up. Oh yeah, it also. Oh yeah, I should probably mention that. I'll mention that after. I think. Oh, there's images. The following Ellen Forest NPCs have been removed. So 3 NPCs are removed. Oh, the picture. Ah, my heart. Is it just? Aw. Okay, I'm crying now, guys. Help. Help me. Cause I didn't actually check through the rest of this page, and apparently, actually, now that I think about it, how old physically is Tess supposed to be? Because he's like already, yeah, I'm going into this map because it's less, crowded. Wait, when did I do a rune? Ah, whatever. Anyways. Sorry, I just kind of cried a little bit. I just like went on here and saw... Okay, so the other... Okay, so that one new NPC I saw is Tess and Kyron's dad. I think. Based on what I just looked at. But like, it seems like 3 illustrations are added in the revised storyline for Ellen Forest. And I think from what I could tell, it's oh, I'm crying. I'm guessing it's related to what I literally read off the wiki with someone editing with putting the new version of the storyline on there. I don't know how to put it into detail, but it's like, it looks like, I think it looks like, Tess and Kyron's dad, like, writing a letter or something. And oh... Okay, I'm not gonna look at it. No. No. I'm gonna cry. I already cried from reading the story, okay? Like, it was so sad. I was like, aww. Gosh. What is, oh yeah, here's this thing I noticed after like, when I kept thinking about it. Like, what is with Maplestory and siblings? Because it's like, siblings don't get happy endings in this entire game. Well, except for Tess and Kyron, as the Aftermath cutscene post-Destiny update will reveal. But still, it's like, what? Why? Oh, the content of the following quests have been changed. I guess I should... I guess I'll wait until, like, the Vanishing Journey updates before I record it as my Explorer character. I'll still get to level 200, but I'm not, like, as an Explorer character, but I'm not going to progress into the Vanishing Journey until this update hits global. And I'll probably also, like... on my other character, when the update drops, like in the fall, I'll make sure my Angelic Buster on reboot is level 200 and prepares for it. Because I very much definitely would want to get to that point. Definitely. Oh, the picture though, it's like, that's Tess and Kyra's. Wait, if Tess is like supposed to be like maybe 20 or something. I don't know, just a guess, because like, he hasn't aged a day since Ellen Forrest. It's like, how old is he? Oh yeah, that's something I should point out. So, according to, I don't know if it's only an error in Global that it'll be fixed in the Destiny update. But, the actual situation with, Tess and Kyron is that they're 3/4 human, 1/4 elf. And because of their elven ancestry, like, being descendant of like an elf. Well, let me just word this better. According to the lore, Tess and Kyron are 1/4 elf. They're quarter elves. Their mom is a half elf. Their dad is human, completely human. And oh my throat. So apparently, no matter how much elven ancestry a character has, they can live and look the same for maybe 400 years. Okay, I'll accept that, even though it's kind of weird. Well, it's not weird. It's just like in fantasy stories, it's usually like half elves that are like. I feel like it's like the less elven ancestry, the like you don't live as long as an elf. So I'm guessing in Maplestory, it doesn't matter how much elven ancestry you have, you will end up living forever. Well, not forever. Like, you just age very slow past a certain point. So in actuality, if you think about it, Tess is probably like physically 20 to 25 for like 400 years. I say that because I think he's not like, I don't know, his sister was like a baby when he was like already like how he looked, so it's like, and then obviously she grew older and like obviously I'm just like, what? How do I say about it? Shouldn't Kyron's sprite be updated as well to kind of match up with the styling? I guess, whatever. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I did see his NPC artwork, like, off the wiki, and I'm like, oh, the fact he has a sad sprite makes me sad. Yeah, so, okay, so after reading that, reading this. Okay, also, there's a lot of new quests. Strength bug, broken time mechanic elf. Oh yeah, I like how like the revision and like also Tess's existence pretty much confirmed the whole like their like ancestry properly. Because I think like before, like at least like the Explorer storyline, like there was a lot of inconsistency of like what their mother was, like elf or like elf, half elf, fairy, like it was like confusing. So but I like how like things have been revised so much better. Okay, different language on Destiny need to be serious and Aw, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, the last quest is literally called History Doesn't Change. Aw. I mean, that's expected. Considering, like, it would obviously conflict, like... I mean, not only that, but it's also, like, it makes sense that, like, you can't change the past kind of meaning. It's so sad. Jeez, I actually cried when reading the summary of, like, the detailed summary of, like, the new storyline. I was like, aww. Wait, if we're not an explorer character, how will we know that the family got cursed? How will we know that Tess and Kyron got cursed? Oh, hello. I'm just talking about, like, what's, like, will be in the future of global Maplestory from, like, KMS content. And I'm crying from, like, sad Ellen Forrest new storyline that won't be until the fall of this year. And also, according to the KMS thing, because of the Ellen Forrest revamp in KMS, the content for the quest, the person who remembers Ellen Forrest Sealstone, find the key, stolen Sealstone, Ellen Forrest misery, the dark energy that doesn't disappear, memories that won't return, and Temple of Time their name is. Basically, I'm trying to figure out the plan of action I'll have for, what I'll be streaming. Because obviously the Destiny update, I'm gonna create a new Explorer character, and I've decided to delete one of my existing characters. I made sure that they're ready to be deleted, because I don't want to mess up by accident. Like on Scania, to create a character on Scania. And so basically, and I'm also like, how do I put this? So basically, a part of it is also like, I thought that the Chaos quest line was in the Destiny update, but no, it's in the update after. And according to the KMS translation of the update in the spring for KMS, it seems like, there's gonna be unique differences in Vanishing Journey, like the script. Yeah, second part. Well, I mean the wait. I can't pronounce the name. Ko, the temple keeper that has her face. I don't know. And because I'm just like read through Orange Mushroom Block, and it said like KMS got Chaos new questline and the Ellen Forrest revamp in the spring. So I'm assuming that's global for like autumn for global. Also, like, I know about the Explorer thing. Explorers is first though. It's part 1 of the update for global, isn't it? That's what it said on the website though. I'm so confused. And I can't check completely because I can't multitask. Uh-oh, I forgot. Oh, no, it's still there. Yeah. Basically, when I was reading through the KMS stuff, I was like, oh, I thought Chaos Storyline would be available here, but no. And also, get. GMS combines part 1 and part 2 of KMS events. Okay. But specifically the questlines I'm referring to, which happen in KMS during the spring of this year, I had to reorganize my like plans like with that, because I was thinking about playing like the Vanishing Journey with my Explorer character, but if like there's like this new quest, like new like addition to the text, how do I put this? Basically, I was reading this, and basically it said that Vanishing Journey and like one quest in it and the Lamina storyline, like one quest in it, have different dialogue depending on your class. And I'm like, maybe I should wait to do Vanishing Journey on my Explorer character at that point, as well as like Angelic Buster for like the beginning of that. And of course, so be like, wait, don't you already have one like right here? I should probably mention I do have an Angelic Buster on Reboot. So after I read this blog post, I was like, I'm probably gonna level that character to 200 and prepare to show that like new text in the thing. But what kind of sucks is that I won't be able to see arcs. Arcs, different text, in Vanishing Journey because I already did Vanishing Journey on my arc. So that sucks. And also, yeah, I did create a character on Reboot as I brought up at, uh-oh, the game lagged. No! The game lagged. You can tell it's lagging. Oh god. Not the time. Oh gosh. This is the worst time for the game to lag. No. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Why is the game? Oh god, my stream. Okay. Okay, that was weird. My stream just went yellow and started lagging, and that caused issues. Should be fine. Yeah, it went yellow for a bit, and then the game just wouldn't like respond as it should probably. Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, I did create a character on Reboot for fun. I did kind of buy items on there at some point. But anyways, I do have an Angelic Buster on Reboot, but she's only like level 180 something. So, but, however, if the Vanishing Journey, according to what this person translated from Canvas, since it has like different dialogue depending on class for one quest, I'm gonna like level my Angelic Buster to 200 and prepare to do that when it happens, because I would like to see the different text, because I'll be curious. And also, according to the person who made the blog, like from the Canvas content, Lumina, the text, there's new scripts for a Lumina quest as well, so I guess it's sort of a good thing I'm not level 255 yet, because that means I'll wait till the update. Well, I'm not gonna wait when, like, I still have to level up, but I'll be able to do the, like, to see the new script, if there is, like, whatever it's gonna be. Like, I don't know, it's not easy to load to 255, so I doubt, like, many people figured out what's different. But I'm curious to see the differences. Also, this is just reminding me, I wish Maplestory has, like, a questline where Kyle, like, the Kaiser character, by the way, knows that Tyr is Angelic Buster. I'm like, why is this not canon yet? Like, why has it not happened yet in canon? I'm upset. I want him to know. I want the character in story to know this. Sad times. Okay, and also on the rest of the blog post, it just says a bunch of stuff. I like how there's developer notes for all this stuff. Okay, I don't really care about like skill-related ones on this blog post. Because whenever it comes to skill stuff, I kind of don't pay attention to it. I'm just like, whatever works. I just don't read. This is so random, but I'm just like, well, I was just like browsing through the Maplestory wiki. I obviously knew for a while because obviously I've read the wiki multiple times, but Commander Will in this game is voiced by the same person, in English, is voiced by the same person who voiced Zhongli from Genshin, by the way. I also, when I was on the wiki, I saw someone comment that like months ago, and I'm like, wow. Nice for you to point this out. I don't know when man, it's been a long time since that was initially confirmed. I like how there's a lot of characters in the game that have consistent voiceovers. Because obviously, you know, as time goes on, voice actors get replaced depending on circumstances. Like, they either don't make it or otherwise, and yeah. Like how, like, Jaren Darmore, like, Aaron, his voice actors changed, in English. Like, what I find weird is that, like, his voice actor, along with, like, whoever voices, like, Lucid and Adea, I could tell it's the same person. Like, they, like, even though it's pretty obvious to tell who they are, like, for some, like, it's weird. I could go on a bit of a talk about this, that, like, a lot of the Maplestory voice actors are confirmed in English, like, well, more lately now, not like before. They're still unconfirmed people. And I know it could be, like, contract stuff, but I just find it weird how, like, how come some of these similar big-name people are confirmed, but other people are not? It's so weird. Whatever, doesn't matter. I think it's just weird because, like, the GMS community manager has been confirming them more often. So the fact that they didn't confirm some of the other ones, like, yet, even though they're from the same update, is just odd to me. Anyways, let's see. Okay, skill changes, developer nodes, quest. The Yeon Woo's Worry quest has been approved so that after it is completed, it will guide you to Kerning City, back alley. Wait, cube chairs are still, like, never used outside of towns? That's weird. Okay. The Guardian Fortress Defeat Chief Knights quest now shows a guide for the monsters in the In Progress quest tab. Oh yeah, I find it interesting how when I was reading through this post, it's like, they mentioned that NPC sprites have been changed, and I love how I noticed, like, what's the difference, because yeah. It's like it took them 19 years to realize they did this in the game. Okay. I am not paying attention. Yay. Oh no, it's this one. Gosh. Okay, Reboot has some UI. I think I read all the new stuff off the blog post I wanted to see. Because I just wanted to confirm myself, like, of some of the KO's story revamp. Like, so. Map open. Oh yeah, that's also another thing I should mention. I'm grinding in this map because the EXP is closer to level for me. And it's, like, slightly higher at 247. So that's why I'm grinding in this map today. Got my throat. I'm starting to lose track of my buttons on my keyboard now. Like, no, this is the worst. Oh, yeah, and also speaking of EXP, I've been able to keep track of how much EXP I'm getting. Like, the amount I need for the next level is 591 billion. And each day, I've been trying to get... Why does the audio sound weird? Anyways, I've been trying to get at least like 20 billion to 30 billion EXP per day. And at the moment, I'm at 390 billion. So I'm like 200 billion left to go. Roughly. Okay, a lot of quest fixes in this thing. Oh my god, this is a huge blog post. I don't know if it's the comment section or not. Yeah. I did read up on like how EXP grinding is in Reboot when I was looking up level ups guides at some point. And also, I'm sort of not paying attention to the game while I'm doing this because I'm looking through like the blog post of Kama's spring update. I really want to prepare to figure out what I'll do on my streams because I don't want to do the Vanishing Journey again if the brand new unique stuff is in the update after Destiny. So I'm like trying to plan around like streams like planning. Oh, there goes Nightbot again. And also, it's also hard to tell with the post because like it's also mixed with KMS's anniversary as well. And that's like throwing me off with like checking this stuff. Here's the new update for KMS. Oh yeah, the KMS's spring update. I can't wait to see what that'll be about. One thing I'm hoping for in the future update is that the Maple Legend heroes get revamped. At least their storylines, I mean. Because Aaron and Evan's stories are like very outdated and still has like inconsistencies. So I hope like that eventually gets revamped one day. That's a second done. Okay. I like with like Evan and Aaron's storylines. Like, I remember when Heroes of Maple was released, I thought they would revamp their storylines there, but nah, it's just a big new storyline. But like seriously, like every single time I think about those characters, I'm like, their storylines are so outdated. It's been like, how many years has? Oh, I think like 26. Wow. I think I just say they're outdated because like obviously like. The first two Maple Legend hero classes were released, my brain is not working. They were released in, prior to, like, the big update to the game, back, like, it was, like, 2009. Yeah, 2009, 2010, at least Global was, Oh my god, that's reminding me I'm old. Because when I first played Maplestory, it was July of 2009. Like the very first time I played it. And then, but it was on my brother's account. And then I got my own account. Like 3 months later or something. And I've been playing the game like frequently, though with a lot of breaks ever since. Oh my god, I feel so old. And I've had this character since 2013. And the music just stopped. Oh, there we go. It loops. Okay, I think that's it with the blog post. Yeah, that's like... Okay, that's it. Because I mainly opened up a Orange Mushrooms blog to read up, like, again, like, what the Kama Spring update was. So I think the plan I have... I was curious, you don't play your own song? Well, I don't want to play them on... I don't want to play my own songs on streams that I'm recording and going to upload to YouTube. Because of obvious reasons. I do play... Like, when I do art streams where I'm, like, drawing on my pictures on, yeah, the drawing program. I do play, like, the Maplestory BGMs in the background. Because there's like hour-long versions on YouTube. Like I've been like thinking about like doing that for these, but I would have to tab out, change the song if I get bored of hearing it after a while. So. Where's the stream? No, not fun. Yeah. I don't want to deal with all that. And also I'm recording with OBS, so I'm not like recording my voice alone. Anyway, so after reading through this, what will be after Destiny, at least like for the fall of this year for global, so I think the plan I have is that I'll do the Explore storyline. Like I'm gonna, obviously I'll do the new Explore storyline. Like up to level 200, but I'm not going to do the Vanishing Journey until the fall to see the unique stuff. I'll figure, I'm not gonna do the unique dialogue for Angelic Buster. There is, well, I mean, it says job specific things have been added, so yes. That means I'm not gonna do the Angelic Buster, like, I'm trying to think, like, I'll do the entire thing on stream. And it'll be its own video. And then, like, I think on my own time, I'll have, like, other level 200 characters doing the Arcane River to see, and having it recorded and editing it into the upload for YouTube. I think that'll be the plan for, like, the fall. Oh, and I'll also do the Ellen Forest questline, the new one, when that's released. And hopefully around the same time, I'll be close, if not at level 255 by then. And I'll be doing the Lamina storyline, and we'll get to see the new dialogue there, with the quest. I think. That's sort of the plan. So, like, during the Destiny update, I'm gonna create an Explorer character, but I'm only gonna do up to 200, like, before Vanishing Journey, and then in the future, I mean, I do have a lot of Explorer characters, so it doesn't matter, but still. Okay, I think I figured out the plan. Oh yeah, and also, oh yeah, that's also a thing. I just remembered. Oh yeah, and also from what I read, Explorers have a unique cutscene for like the 5th job content, I think. So I'm gonna be interested in seeing that one for sure. My throat. I have been talking for so long. It's fine. I don't know. I did talk a lot about it already on my art streams, but I do want to, I sort of repeating myself a little bit today because I do kind of want to list out my Maple plans on a recorded stream. Also, I'm trying to think. Like, it takes me a while to get to level 200, but I do want to make sure I get to that level. I do want to make sure I get to that level. I'm also thinking, like, the Temple of Time stuff as well. Okay, if I remember correctly, the Arcane River, I have to click on a specific quest in order to properly activate it. So, I don't know, I'm just like thinking of like, I guess I have to do the Temple Time quest because I think it's like slightly different in the like update. I don't know how like Chaos quest line will be like, considering it said Espera, Lamina, and Temple of Time where you find the rifts. I'm guessing that it's only available at 255. It's confusing to think about because like I don't know how it's completely gonna be because it doesn't mention what level. I just like, just from based on the locations mentioned, like that the rifts appear, I'm just guessing it's like 255 because Lamina is a 255 region. I'm already at 400 billion EXP now. Yay! I have like less than 200 billion to go. And then I have to struggle again just to get to the level after. Let me find out. I think by the time the fall update will get here, it'll be like, I'll be closer to 255, so. Well, that is if I actually play and grind every day in the game. And that's the issue because obviously, like, I tend to get lazy, like, with this because of the fact that I do have, like, obviously a busy life. Like, especially when I'm, like, have classes. That's why I didn't play the game for 3 months because my free time was taken up. Okay, yeah. But, hopefully this time around I will try at least, like, reach a certain threshold with, like, EXP grinding. Because I would really love to, like, get to higher levels. Also, as I mentioned, like, it kind of makes sense why they kind of do this method. Like, kind of, like, it takes so long. Because it's, like, to get people to level up their arcane symbols. And stuff like that. Because, like, if you're high level, it's like, oh, yay, you're high level. But then the enemies are impossible to kill, and it's like, well. I mean, like, I know some people can manage. Like, from when I watched, like, someone's video on Hotel Arcus' story, like, they actually did manage. They weren't at the recommended sacred symbol level, so they manage. So it's not too bad, but it's annoying when your HP is, like, low, I guess. Alright, if I get closer to 500 billion, I'll be like 91 billion away from leveling up. I'm not gonna do it on this stream. It's already been an hour and 30 minutes. There's no way. I'm also really hungry. I didn't eat lunch. That's fine. I can't wait for the story. Oh yeah, no, I forgot. I wanted to mention this idea. Like, I didn't mention it because I had to explain literally, like, all the upcoming stuff a little bit. But, what was it? Oh yeah, basically, like, okay, so obviously with the Explorer revamp as well as Ellen Forest revamp later down the line, there's a lot more in-depth lore between Tess and Chiron, the pirate siblings. And it gave me an idea. Okay, basically the new lore involves like them sharing half a curse, that's why they can't be close to each other and stuff. I don't know. I will just wait until the story's in global to like figure out like what the curse exactly does. I do read the wiki, but I specifically didn't want to read the wiki for the Explorer storyline too much. I did read it for Ellen Forrest, but even that one didn't say too much about the thing. Basically, I'll know more details when the storyline's out, and yeah. But how do I put this? Basically, yeah, they share a curse, and basically, knowing like their story and stuff, I kind of like my brain immediately went, you know what? I'm gonna make an AU, not like a big thing I'll do, just like something I'll just like draw one time for fun. Like it's like, what if they're not cursed? So technically, like Tess like just raises his like baby sister. It's just so cute. I just got like so many like ideas from simply that. So yeah, I have ideas. And although I want to wait until the Explorer like storyline revamp happens. And also, well, not just that, I was gonna like consider doing it sooner, but I have to get a picture done before the 19th. Or try to, but I suck at like trying to get this one drawing right at the moment. Like it's just something I never drew before, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it done. But yeah, I thought I have a cute AU idea. Just like, what if this is the case? And it's just so cute. Oh my god, come on. There you go. Oh my god, get in the portal. Ah, yes, this one is good. Okay, it eliminates so many of the enemies. We need the EXP. Like how with this game now, I'm just like, EXP! I must get it. Again, just makes me just very glad that the penalty of losing all your HP changed. I'll never live it down. I mention it so much because I'm never gonna live that down. The fact that I've been gone for 1 minute in a map I should have just jumped away from and lost 10% of EXP at the level 230. So painful. And that's like, I think I got about like 3 billion from that. Yay. Oh god. Ah! Oh yeah, I should also mention this. Oh yeah, I guess when my plans change, I guess I will watch the... Oh yeah, that's something I should mention. So, it might take a while for me to get to level 200. And because I'm slow. But I do have a plan that like when I get to level 200 and do the quest, not Vanishing Journey, by the way. I want to... like the plan I have is that I want to... like, if someone is able to upload it, the English version, like, I want to react to the new Aftermath Explorer cutscene live on stream. Because, obviously with the revamp, there's a brand new one. And that also kind of sucks, because you have to be a ridiculous high level just to experience it. So I sort of, like, thought, you know what? If hopefully someone uploads it when it's in global, because I want to react to it live, and that's also why I'm like, oh, I'm a slow leveler, because hopefully by the time I'm level 200, someone will have uploaded it. So Because I want to react to it live since I know for a fact I'll not get to 255 on, like, a different character. There's no way. There's no way. It's probably definitely never gonna happen. Also, while I'm, like, on reboot, I'll probably level an arc character. Curse that I've already done arc on, like, the Vanishing Journey. I mean, to be fair, none of us expected them to change things. I wish there's an option that we could at least see the changes instead of leveling a new character. But it's the only way. And no, I'm not gonna create another arc on this, like, Scania. Because I already have a level 220 arc on this account. Oh yeah, and I should probably also mention the reason he's level 220 is that I threw all the level up potions on that character when I couldn't use it on my main. So that's how he's level 220 and hasn't even progressed past Arcane River yet. I mean, Vanishing Journey. He is, yeah, you know. I don't know. It's also part of, like, wanting to keep my arc as the second highest level character on my account. So, yeah. I also have to make sure my reboot Angelic Buster is okay. Oh yeah, also I didn't, like, oh yeah. Like, days ago when I initially checked the blog post about Camus' the spring update with Ellen Forrest revamp, I didn't notice there was new illustrations that was shared on the post. So when I checked again, I got sad because I was like, oh, because like it looks like the pictures are of one, like there's only four. Most of them are just a book with writing. But it seems like, but one of them that wasn't just a book or anything. I'm pretty sure it was Tessa and Kyron's dad, and I'm like, oh, I got so sad. And also, he's apparently fully human, but why does he look like he's 30? Not in like a bad way. I'm just like thinking because I'm like. So apparently Tess and Kyron, they're only 1/4 elf because their mom is a half elf, and their dad's completely human. But why does his dad look much younger than he should be? They say that like because of their even though they're only quarter elves, like they live for so long. Like seriously, Tess does not age a day. Oh god, my nose itches. Ah. According to, like, the Ellen Forrest lore, the new one, like, he appears exactly the same. However many years, like, ago that was in the story. I guess it's like 500 years or something. Gosh. I like their quarter elves, and their ears. Yeah, I guess that it's also because their ears are normal shaped. But still, it's like, Tess is, I guess, like, in a way, like, he probably is, like, it's hard to say because, you know, quarter elves apparently in this story age just like an elf. Like, he's, like, the equivalent of, like, maybe physically 20 years old. And it's like, heh. That's like my reaction, okay? So like, what? I had to read the lore when the new storylines are released. Because it's better than just reading it off the wiki. I mean, that's why I watched the Hotel Arcus instead of just reading it, because I was like, no way, I'm just gonna read the text. I need to see if someone uploaded it. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So the next story, obviously another part of the story is released in the Destiny update, but in July. And I'm hoping people will record that because I want to do a just chatting stream with me reacting to it live. And I will read the text on screen as well. Like, I'll read the text on screen as well. No idea what it's gonna be pronounced as, but it's like carrot something. Basically, T-Boy appears in it, and that's what I mostly know, because T-Boy is adorable, like without his thing on his head. Oh yeah, I can literally just talk about that. I mean, I already did like multiple times, but he's just I can't help it. I can't show it right now because I can show it at the end of the stream if asked. Like I could just open up the wiki on stream and just show like his NPC artwork because like he's just so adorable. Like seriously, he's like the big bad of Reverse. He first appears in Reverse City, but we never saw what he looked like until the next storyline. And he's just so adorable. I can't help it. He's so cute. Oh, look, I'm 70% EXP already. Okay, basically tonight... no, not tonight. Maybe later. I don't know. I don't know. Either that or early morning I'm gonna grind again. But yeah, the next storyline, I didn't read too much into it because I want to watch someone upload it on YouTube instead. But basically, T-Boy, whose real name is like Nikki Angler, I think that name will stay consistent in Global. We'll have to find out. Well, either that or it's slightly spelled differently. Well, Angler is still the same last name, so I don't think that'll change. But basically, he appears as himself without calling himself T-Boy for some reason. And like, and also like the moment I actually saw the story illustrations on the blog post, by the way. And oh my god, like the ones he appear in, like there's specifically like one of them where he's just smiling. Basically, from what I read a bit of the lore about like where that scene might be from, I don't know, it kind of gives the impression that he sort of gets a heel face turn. I don't know. I don't really know, it's hard to tell, but he just makes me think of Orchid, like in her role, so I feel like he might replicate her a little bit. Not like in a bad way, because like just his existence makes me smile, even though he's evil. Even though he committed evil in the Reverse City storyline, I still want to be like, oh, it's okay, sweetie. Okay, I'm getting weird. But seriously, like, I like his character. That, and if I had to choose between which of the recent villains I like, I'd choose T-Boy. Because I do not like Senya. His sister is even more evil than him. And also, like, I think it's also because, like, Senya doesn't really have expressions, which makes her so unsettling as a villain. I'm like, why? Why does she have this constant evil smile on her face? Well, like, T-Boy, he has a lot more expressions, which kind of makes sense, because he seems more human than his sister. Like, literally more human than his sister. Oh yeah, and also I found someone who made a lot of good fan art of him. Well, not like a crazy ton of fan art, but some of the fan art they made with T-Boy is really good. And it makes me want to draw him as well, so I might draw him one day. Maybe. Anyways, so like, yeah. T-Boy appears in the next storyline. Basically, it seems like it's like, it is I, evil, I'm T-Boy. And I'm like, It's kind of interesting how, like, from what I read, it seems like the characters don't put 2 and 2 together and figure out he's automatically part of the Angler Company. Because I'm like, how do you not know? He literally looks like his sister. He literally looks like his sister. Also, on his sprite, obviously Reverse City already happened, so he has that scar on his face. And... But yeah. But anyways, from what little I read, I didn't read too much because I wanted to wait until it's in global and I'll watch someone play it. Cover nose, ow. My nose is so itchy. But like, from what little I read, it seems like T-Boy, you know what, I'll check the, wait, I can't check the wiki now, because I had to type with one hand. Okay, Maplestory, oh my gosh. Maplestory, wiki, just type wiki, because we'll be able to get there faster. The struggle I have right now, I'm kind of multitasking again, so. I know, I'm not doing this right now. Okay, so, let's see. No, it's stupid autocorrect. Oh, even though autocorrect's dumb, it actually got me to the page. Yay! Oh yeah, and also in the storyline, Cosmin's role is revealed as well at the very end. Or like, just like a little bit of something about Cosmin, who remains a mystery. I like the Granda storyline, like how it's like, progress. I say Grandis because Starmore is the new antagonist, the new focus. Okay. However, is in touch with. Okay. After revealing the statue, a boy appeared upon touching the adversary, witnessed more of the creator's memories. Having seen the light day, the boy began to build Kira from the bottom. Yeah, created an adversary. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look at the thing. The lore is so interesting with Maplestory, but of course it sucks that a lot of it is locked behind higher levels. Now. Like the very interesting stuff going on. Okay, the adversary. Gilmore? Oh! I'm not gonna read too much into this because it's easier just to wait until someone records the global version when it's out. Ow, my head itches. Oh, come on, not this again. I can't read the wiki while I'm doing this. I thought it was a fighting one. Oh, there we go. Okay, facing Kalos Odin. What English? Okay. Also, oh yeah, I was supposed to check Reverse City. I think I'll find a way to check Reverse City eventually. But I kind of want to know like what the dialogue at the end of the scene is if you play a different kind of character. Because when I played it, I don't know, I'm just curious if it's the same or slightly different. Or it's just, because, how do I put this? Basically, when I did Reverse City as this character, it's not job specific, but like, or anything, but it's like Senya asked her brother, did you fall for them? Or her. I think that was the pronoun used. And I wonder, it's like, wait, is that slightly different if you're playing a character that's a guy? I don't know. Part of me is like, can it be the same? But anyways, but it's like, kind of like implying this, like, oh, he may have a little crush on her character. Or something. And I find it super adorable. Also, I'm 421 billion EXP. I should have probably said something when it was less than that. Listen, enemy defeat. He's fine. He's literally baby. He's so cute. I love T-Boy. He's like probably like an antagonist that I'm like is like cool and is like eventually like Orchid. I don't know. Currently his status is unknown and I'm like, oh, please tell me he lives. I don't want him gone. Oh no, I'm scared that he'll be like Lotus, where he's like, it's like, oh, happiness, and then that's probably gonna happen and it'll be the most depressing part of everything. Oh yeah. He's so cute. The tower falls. As he plunges. Oh, okay. Okay. I think, okay, after this, I'll, like, skim through the wiki page because I do want to talk about, like, the next storyline a little bit. Like, from what I'm, like, reading. Not too much, because I want to wait till the global version and, like, watch it live, like, through just chatting. Actually, no. In better terms, I'm gonna do a just chatting stream where I watch someone's video on the new story in English and discussing what it's about. Discussing, like, stuff about it. And it'll be a highlight, because I'm not going to upload it to YouTube. Actually, could I make it a highlight? I mean, I know how to make highlights. I mean, like, is it okay that me reacting to a YouTube video gets a highlight? I'm already at like 240 billion, 220, wait, no, 424 billion. I can't get my numbers right. Is the line going? Yeah, it is. I think I'm just thinking of a different, like... Okay, it's fine if the burning field's like this because I'm gonna end it soon anyway. I'll probably spend like the last few minutes talking about like this thing on the wiki. Look at Mises. Oh yeah, I've upgraded one of my arcane symbols already. I think the next update has like arcane symbol, like, price reduction thing or something? I don't know. I saw it on a comment. I didn't read the entire post for the KMS one. But if so, then I may have spent... I did upgrade one because I was, like, worried. It's like, wait, how does the symbol thing work? It's like, no, it's fine. And I messed up there, but it's okay. Also, I'm close to maxing out my more ass symbol now. Where's it? Yeah, yeah, it's close now. And soon I'll only have to focus on Espera. Espera? However the pronunciation is. yeah, oh my god, I'm so hoping it was like T-Boy/Nikki is okay, please. Like, I don't want him to go. Like, at least not too soon. I think it's purposely ambiguous, like, what happens to him, so it's okay. I don't know, I don't want to, like... Oh yeah, again, I did briefly brought this up, but, like, there's something with Maplestory and siblings and tragedy in some way. Either, like, one of them is deceased, one of them, like, one ends up deceased, or some sort of distance between the siblings, or, you know, a bunch of other things going on. And, like, because, like, Orchid lost Lotus, Demon lost Damien, Tess and Kyron are cursed and can't be, like, with each other, because curse. Nineheart and Lilin are distant because, like, of the past and stuff like that. And, last but not least, as far as I know, my memory is so bad, Senya is just terrible to her brother. So I'm like, what is it with Maplestory and siblings never being happy? Except for Tess and Kyron when the curse is lifted and it's all happy and emotional. I want to see that cutscene so badly. But then why is that to be a level 255? Oh yeah, someone could see in the corner my XP buffs are running out, but that's okay because this totem will expire pretty soon, so it's fine. It is fine. I'm keen about, like, almost 100 billion EXP today. I say almost, because I think it was like 330 something when I started today. Well, yeah, today, not like counting the reset last night. So tomorrow morning, I'm gonna use my other totem, and maybe tomorrow morning. I don't know. I don't want to do it again tonight. Actually, I can, but it's like the map is like I'm using up all the burning field, so. I'll figure it out. Okay, so yeah, after these expire... Not that. 8? Okay, so this is 3 minutes. Okay. Oh yeah, feels like CPG. Oh my god, T-Boy's smile is just the cutest. Why is he so cute? He's so evil. I mean, that's also why I compare him with Orchid a bit. Like, it seems like he has a bit of a heel face turn, although it's kind of hard to tell from just simply reading. That's why I kind of thought of Orchid. Like, Orchid did evil, just like him, and she has a heel face turn. I love this one person's fan art. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to show like other artists like artwork on stream without permission. Even with crediting, I wouldn't. But like this one person I found on Pixiv has made some fan art related to like recent characters. Recent as in like not related to the first arc of the entire game. And I just like it. Like, because they drew T-Boy. They drew, like, their interpretations of him as well, like, before his face is revealed. And then they drew what he actually looks like post-reveal, and it's like, the fan art is just so good. It just looks really good. Also, like, I can't show it, though, unfortunately. Well, literally not right now, but I don't want to share any fan art that, like, just because, like, well, the person, they don't speak English. Like, English is not a first language, so I wouldn't want to share, like, fan art if what they said in their things is like, don't share without permission, don't do this at all, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. In this place, we respect artists. Coming from an artist herself. So, yeah. And also in this place, we don't say anything mean. Because, oh gosh. I don't want to remind myself of, like, some people saying such mean things. And it's like, the things, like, the really bad stuff. And just, like, just because an artist drew a ship. And I'm like, please, guys. Guys, if you don't like a ship, if you don't like a pairing from a series, you could just block the person or just move on with your day. Don't start a fight that makes everyone hate you. It's like, don't do it. People like this. How's this thing not expired yet? Oh, there we go. It expired now. I was like, it's been 2 hours now. How is it not expired? There we go. I want to see if I could get a little more XP too. Because I'm close to having my value number of EXP say 230. I mean, no, 430. Oh my god, I cannot read. I guess I could stop here. It's fine. Yeah, so like 430 billion EXP out of 591 billion. Still got a ways to go. Oh yeah, and also Destiny update will have the like EXP reduction between 250 and 259. I mean, it'll still take me like ages, but it's nice to know that it's gonna happen. Like, so it's a little bit easier when I tried to grind for the Mina unlock. Okay, I'm also kind of grinding a little more because I need a little more XP. There you go. I think that's a good enough XP value number. Okay, so... Oh gosh. Ah! Okay. Where? Oh! My button is gone. I was like, why can't I leave? Okay. Best music. Oh, good. Ow, my ears. Okay. Okay, put that on so I don't forget. Okay, let me go deal with some of this stuff real quick. So many items. Okay, God, there's so many recipes that I already know. Get my legs out. And a bunch of stuff here. I have so many items. Oh no, this is gonna expire soon. Okay. Oh boy, I have so many of these. Okay. Let me do all this real quick. Yeah, when does this expire? In 3 days. Okay, we don't need these on this character anymore. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this real quick and then go back here because the music's nice and end it off. First, I do want to read up on this real quick. Like, you guys didn't see it, but I have like the next storyline up, like the summary written. I wonder what it is. Okay, so knowing that it would leave us. Okay, let's see. No, I gotta do one more, but we're kind of finishing our way. Okay, that's like really too much to say because I'd rather just watch how it plays out because I'm just gonna be confused. I'll say that, like, T-Boy's fate is ambiguous, like, in the next storyline. Like, we don't know what happens to him. Thanks for the follow. Anyways, I was just looking through the... what's it called? The wiki that whoever edits the wiki, like, edited in, like, what happens in the storyline that Global is gonna get soon? Literally soon, but it's in July. I think. Yeah, July. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna do this. And I was like kind of reading up, it's like, I didn't misread this, right? Yeah, so T-Boy / Nikki's role is ambiguous. No one, like, I mean, well, his role in the thing is clear, but what happens to him after is unknown. Like, did he live? Did he, you know? I hope he lived. I'm sad. I'll be so sad if he's gone. Like, I will legitimately be sad because, like, he kind of makes me think of Orchid, and that's also why I like him. So it's like, if he's gone, I'll be so upset. I like how it's ambiguous though, because it's like, it leaves room. It's like, please tell me he's okay. Now. Okay, now back here. Okay, I am just about to wrap things up because I have done quite a bit of grinding today. So much of it. So much. Also, I'm not gonna close out, but how much is this? I have gained from 54% to 72% today. Okay, don't actually close the game. I have to when I have to close out everything, but still. Yeah, also, I can't wait for the next storyline. I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna open it. I already did this on a previous stream, but I wanted to show you guys what T-Boy Nikki looks like, because whoever edits the wiki actually added like his NPC art on his page. Yeah, his status is unknown. We don't like as of the. Wait, is this? Oh no, it's on this page is still just okay. Close that ad so I don't. I guess status is unknown, and also his page still only has just my brain doesn't work. Help. Like his page still has Traverse City. They didn't write what he did in the next storyline yet. Probably for a good reason. Because it's not in global yet. But it's also kind of odd since they have the entire explore thing. But also, oh yeah, you can see the background. My background. But like also like this is what it looks like. So like we have this whole page, which I'll just show like the entire page. So like we have the whole page on the wiki. Ignore the ads. And like you have his sprites here. This is like what like in the next storyline in global, we'll be seeing these sprites of him. Yeah. So oh gosh, don't accidentally minimize the window. Okay, I'm gonna full screen that so I could close it. There. So yeah, that's it. And again, showing you that. Oh god, I dropped frames. Oh yeah, I dropped frames earlier when the enemies were kind of... Oh, whoops. There. Yeah. But yeah. Can't wait for our next storyline. Oh yeah, for the next storyline, I'm obviously not going to get to that point, as you can tell. This is my highest level character in my entire account. So if you all want to see me go through the next storyline, good luck. Just wish that someone online is going to upload it from global, so I hope it happens. It should. Please. Because, like, the plan I have is that I will have an off day where I'll just do a just chatting stream and reacting to the story live. So, like, I'll, like, have the YouTube video open of whoever records it, and I'll read the dialogue if there's no voice acting. Apparently it says there's voice acting, but only in KMS. I don't know why Global doesn't have a lot of voice acting. Although it's the same for the other ones as well. The other... I don't know. I think it's the same for the other ones because it seems like the servers want to have their own like set of voiceovers. So, except for Maplestory for some reason. Yeah. However, oh yeah, that's something. I don't know. I didn't check the Explorer stuff, the Explorer revamp, but I think there's a whole like new dub for it. Like at least Canvas has like a whole like lot of voice acting. So I'm guessing that there will be in English. I don't know. I know like the Bean Brigade is like, you know, covering the Destiny update as well, like from the test server. Like as much as they could show, like of the official like localization of it, but I'm not watching any of it. Cause I want the next update to be a surprise, like in terms of all the stuff. Okay, it's weird to say that. I know what happens next, but I'm saying it in the way of like, I want to actually see it in the game myself, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Yeah. So, I will say that the plan, so I'll do some random stuff at the beginning of next week, and then after that, I'm gonna be doing the, I'm gonna be creating a new Explorer character to go through the new storyline. Because that is in part 1, right? To double check, yes, the Explorer revamp is first. Along with some additional stuff. Okay, now the phone is telling me. I love the new artwork. So cool. Oh yeah, here. Oh yeah, Starlight Symphony. Wait! Doesn't be so familiar. Oh, whatever. Okay, yeah, Explorer revamp arrives on June 15th. So literally next week, and that's also when we have to reinstall the entire game as well. For 14 different possible... 14? I thought it was 15! I guess I misread. What? Oh, not counting Pathfinder, right. I'm an idiot. I mean, I was right that there's 15, but the update's 14. I also realized this means I have to relearn how to play all my Explorer characters. I have to go into every single one except for the one I'll delete to replace, to figure out how this works. Rams includes improved skills, better animation, new story. Well, yeah, as I've discussed earlier. This would be exciting. I really hope that the Maple Legend heroes get revamped as well. Like, Aaron and Evan's storylines are so outdated because they existed pre, like, a lot of, like, lore stuff. I hope they get revamped at some point, at least their story. Like, I more care about, like, their story revamp. Okay, what's also on June 15th is no more mastery books, new boss difficulties. Oh yeah, the Dawn boss set. Whatever that is. Wait, claim a new set of accessories to set. I swear I've seen someone with that already. And July 20th is the, Okay. Join us in July when the second part of the Destiny update arrives. Return to Hotel Arcus and continue the story as you build up to a showdown against the Watcher Kalos. Then head on back and rest your... Okay, the housing system thing from CMS, I think? I forgot which version of Maplestory had it. Oh yeah, and isn't, like, today, like, supposed to... Oops. Oh yeah, later today, one of the Bean Brigade, members is, covering the, Destiny update preview. Not gonna see it. Nope. Okay. I was just looking at, like, what's coming up for Maplestory. So basically, the beginning of next week, in terms of streaming, will be just some random stuff. And then I will do the Explorer revamp, like, cover the Explorer story, the new one. I'm not quite sure how it's gonna go because the week after will be when the the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative releases along with Fire Emblem Three Hopes. But specifically for the I sequel, I'm gonna be doing a Let's Play on that the week after when the game's released. So that's gonna conflict with Maplestory things. But I think the idea I have is that I'll at least try to get to level 100. I'll at least try to get to level 100. Or 140, I don't know, at a certain level. And then maybe sometime while I'm doing my other playthrough, I will cover the level 200 stuff for Explorer. And if someone has uploaded already, I will react to the new Aftermath cutscene with, like, alongside live as well. Because along with the revamp, their Aftermath cutscene is different. So I think that will be the plan. Because I do want to do a new Let's Play, and I really want to play it. Like, I could delay it, but I think a lot of people I'm subscribed to on YouTube will be playing it immediately, and that's gonna suck. So yeah, I had to... I think this will be the plan. I'll figure it out, eventually later, if I need to revise it, so... That should be the plan. So anyway, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time.